being weird. Yeah. Oh, so exciting. Oh, fucking hell, man. That's alright. Good game. Can't fault you for that. This is... God, what is going on? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Hello and welcome to SMP Interviews. Today we got featuring Bree from Australia. Is that right? I don't know how to pronounce your Twitch thing. Let's get started. Hello?
Hello.
Hello. Okay, well first off, what's your name? Who am I talking to?
Okay, hi. Well, my name is Bree. Well, one of the two Brees that is on the SMP. But my full username is gtfobreekachu. Yeah.
Cool. I saw that you that you just subbed to me and subscribed. Followed me on Twitch just now. And thank you for that. And yeah. No,
Feel bad
now we're
for
only
having not done it recently. Or more, no,
Yeah,
words
so
aren't
now
working.
we're only like 2 away from writing the song. You excited for that?
Very excited.
Very excited. Okay. Well, what are your pronouns?
I go by she, her.
She, her?
I'm also happy for people to to call me they, them. Like, I'm not against it. Like, it's, all cool, man.
Cool. How old are you?
Too old. No, I'm 24, but I do turn 25 quite literally next month.
Oh,
So,
okay. What is that in what's it called again? Astrology? The zodiac?
Pisces.
Okay. What's your nationality?
Australian.
Oh.
I do have a Maltese background. It's not too sort of it's not like it's way back in my family line. My grandpa actually migrated from Malta to Australia when he was I think he was an adult when he had done it. I didn't Sadly, he passed away when I was 6, so I didn't get to ask him these very important questions.
That's cool.
But I know that he he migrated here, and so yeah, not far off.
Okay. What's your time zone? Like, what's Well, I know it's 8, but how much is that plus to PST?
So because of the fact that we're in daylight savings here at the moment, time zones are a bit whack. So usually my time zone is plus 9:30 GMT. Because for some reason the state that I live in decided that they wanted to be different and have like a half-hour difference. But because of the fact that it's daylight savings, I think we're plus 10:30 GMT at the moment until daylight savings ends, and then it goes back to normal.
Okay. Well, Jay in the chat noted out that apparently I have the wrong information in the stream, even though I thought I clicked update information.
It happens to the best of us. It's fine.
Yeah, I really thought I clicked update information. Okay, well, there's a war. Everybody in chat knows. We know. You know. So what's that,
Yes. I am still very much neutral in the war. I haven't picked a side yet.
Why is
I
that?
kind of just I think I can't remember who I had this conversation with initially, but I think it was with Sam. My character is very reminiscent of oh my god. Nope, brain's not working. God damn it. I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, you take your time.
Technoblade. Oh my god. Why did it take me that long to remember his name? Oh my lord. Yeah, so I don't really I pick the side of whichever sort of works best for me. I haven't quite figured out what side that is yet. So yeah, I just like chaos.
I mean, that's pretty much everyone in the SMP.
Yeah, this is very much true.
Yeah. So I'm just to save time. I'm just gonna call you Breekachu.
Yeah, that's fine.
I ain't gonna say the letters of the first part. Because honestly, I know I mess up every single time. Or just trying to make it like go Breekachu.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like it's a long name. I mean, I've spent my whole life, like, because not a lot of people know my full name, but I'm gonna keep it that way. But I spent my whole like high school, well, not high school as much, but the first couple of years as well as all of primary school having teachers and even other people not be able to say my name properly, which is why a lot of the time I just stick with Bree because it's just a lot easier for most people.
Okay. Well, we got a question in the chat asking what version of Minecraft do you use?
I mainly use Java. I do own the Bedrock edition as well on multiple consoles. So my first interaction with Minecraft, I think, was on Bedrock. I played it on Xbox 360, which can't really show my age. It's not that old. It was like oh no, it's like 2 generations back now, isn't it? Jesus.
Yeah.
So yeah, my first was on the Xbox 360, and then I got a PC and had started playing Java on that. And then also ended up getting Bedrock on my PS3, I think, or maybe my PS4, one of the two. And I did recently get Bedrock on my PC as well because I wanted to try out the RTX shaders, but I haven't been able to figure it out yet.
Okay. Well, another question in the chat asked what favorite color.
My favorite color is blue. Any shade of blue, really. From the greeny blues to like the bluest of blues.
Why is that?
That's a good question. I don't know. I've always just had like I've never really liked the stereotypical like girly colors that society has sort of brought out in the last.
Yeah, it's 2020. You can like whatever color you want.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I think it was my partner that had told me this. But you go back a couple of years and the colors used to actually be reversed. Like pink used to be a masculine color and blue used to be a feminine color.
Yeah, I think I read
which is interesting.
I think I read like in ancient China, pink was like only for men.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also do have blue hair for those in chat that don't know about that.
Okay. When did you dye it?
Oh goodness. I actually looked it up the other day. I think it was May last year.
Really?
That I had dyed it. So I've had it for quite a while. So it's gonna be. Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Okay. You go to college? You got a job?
Sadly, no.
For both, or just
none. So the way that school is here is a bit different to obviously the way that it is in the US. I graduated high school, which I think is college for you guys.
that'd be like grade 12 I think for you guys.
Yeah, so high school is like grade 7 or year 7 to year 12. That's our high school. I graduated in 2014.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah. At the moment, because of COVID, obviously trying to find work is really difficult for a lot of different people, myself included in that. Purely for the sake of there are so many people that are waiting to get a job and everything. So I'm fighting against so many other people to try and find work.
Yeah, I ain't same. Who did I already ask who was Breekachu?
No, so it's a interesting story. So the Breekachu part is a nickname that a friend of mine had given to me in high school. I had a big thing for Pokemon in high school, and that's what I had assumed that she'd given me the nickname for. But it turns out that there is actually a band called We Butter Bread with Butter, and they had a song called Breekachu. I probably wouldn't recommend looking it up if you don't like sort of. It's not screamo necessarily. It's pig squealing. It's not pleasant on the ears, but that is apparently the reason that she had given me the name initially. But as for my full username, it has started from a Twitter war about 10 years ago.
A Twitter war?
Yeah, so my age showing again. I've spent a lot of time on the internet. And so there was a girl that I was having a very old Twitter war, that I had an argument with over a band. Why can't I remember what they're called? Parkway Drive. Essentially, a girl had turned around and was like, "Oh, if you don't like Parkway Drive, then you're un-Australian. And I'm like, what does liking a band have to do with your nationality, like, at all? Like, that's not how it works. So since then, essentially, yeah, a lot of people had like their favorite bands and stuff as their Twitter handle, and yeah, me just telling people to GTFO was like a big thing back then. So I thought, yeah, why not? Just let it happen, and it's been like that ever since. So
That's pretty cool. Who would you say your partner in crime is for SMP?
I've been spending majority of my time with Jen recently.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff that me, her, and Kazuma have been sort of working with that I can't talk too much in depth about. But yeah, it's mainly who I've been spending most of my time with at the moment. I don't really think
what are your plans
I've been
for
spending
the
too much
SMP?
time with anyone else. Sorry, what was that?
What are your plans for the SMP?
Oh, it's a secret.
Okay.
Yeah, me, Kazuma have something planned. We had it planned out, but then one of the items that we needed had glitched out, and it wasn't one that we could just sort of easily get back. So we've had to sort of redo everything, and it's been a bit of a painful process because it's something that we have to do when no one else is on the server, otherwise it will lag it very badly.
What made you become a streamer? When did you start?
Oh goodness. I've been streaming for a very long, like, again, age coming out. I've been streaming for a while. I only have more so recently been able to be more proactive about it. Like, I have a highlight on my stream, I think from many years ago. 3 years ago. But the last couple of months have been sort of, I've been able to push it a bit more because I actually have a PC and everything now. I had a short period of time where I was streaming directly off my PlayStation, and that was sort of my main form of streaming. But I've always wanted to move to PC because there's just so many more options for games without having to be tied down to a console and specific game releases and everything.
True. Plus, like, you can emulate games, though that's kind of illegal.
Yeah, there is a bit of a, well, I say loophole, but it's not. I know that when it comes to emulating games, Twitch will be okay with it if you can prove that you actually own the game. So as long as you own the physical copy of a specific game, you're allowed to emulate it.
Okay.
And recently I've been collecting a lot of GameCube games and a lot of old style games. I do have like the original Pokemon games for the Game Boy Color, which again, showing my age. So like if I wanted to emulate them, I could, I've got evidence to show, well, I do actually own these games, but there's no easy way of me like taking the gameplay from the literal console and showing it on my PC. So those are like the exception to the rule when it comes to emulation.
Okay. Well, thanks for telling me. No, I know I'm doing illegal.
I only know this because my boyfriend watches a lot of speedruns, like GDQ, or Games Done Quick. And a lot of the time they use emulation. but because of the fact that the people that do run them have played them like and own the original copies of the games on their respective consoles, a lot of the time they're allowed to sort of stream the emulations of them.
Okay. What made you join the SMP?
I've never been one to not necessarily not enjoy playing Minecraft alone, but I feel like playing with other people just, I don't know, it makes it more fun. And being on an SMP is something that I'd never done before, so it was a very like first time thing for me. But yeah, being around other people is something that, you know, just by the fact that I obviously enjoy chaos, I do enjoy being able to be around other people and have a good time with them. Like I do have a couple of clips from streams from earlier this year / late last year, with Jen and Jilly that just, yeah, it goes to show that, yeah, playing with other people definitely makes the whole experience so much more fun.
Yeah, true. Especially during these times.
Yeah, this is very true.
Mm-hmm. When do you stream? Like, what are your schedules?
Sadly, I don't have like a set schedule just yet. I've been doing a lot of Tuesday nights recently because that's the nights that my partner usually goes out, so it sort of works out better for the both of us.
So you get all the bandwidth.
Well, I tend to use my mobile data
Okay.
for my streaming because our home internet isn't the best. More so recently. For some reason, it's just been dropping in and out. We don't understand why. But realistically, there's nothing that we can do about it to get it fixed either. Because we live on a main road, so even like, because the type of internet that we have here is called NBN. Some places it's good, other places it's not. It depends on like the technology type, with the fiber. But it's something that my partner's worked on, and he himself has said that there's the only way for us to really fix the issue is to upgrade the technology type that we have, and that costs a lot of money. And it's not really worth it because this, for one, isn't our house. We're sort of boarding with his mum and her partner. And we'd rather just sort of suck it up, essentially, and just try and live with it as best we can. And given that I get 180 gigs of data on my mobile, I'm just like, well, I may as well just use that. It makes more sense.
Is that like a cable? Is the internet thing like a cable or a satellite?
So it's cable, but it's fiber optic cable. So it's a bit different to like cable.
Okay. What are your weaknesses?
That's a good question. Goddamn. I would probably say, like, because I have a plethora of foxes in behind my house. They, like, probably, like, the pets that I have oh, wait, hang on. Nope, brain's not working. In game, for my character, I would say, yeah, definitely my pet. But in real life, like actual weaknesses, a lot of people say that I and R a lot, and I don't realize that I do it. I think it's sort of tied with the fact that I have a learning disability, so sometimes it's weird. ADHD is weird. Like, your brain works overtime and thinks of like so many different things at once. But at the same time, when you're trying to have a general conversation or you get asked a question, you're like, and you don't realize that you're doing it until you're doing it, and it's kind of just like, oh, well, it's too late now.
Ain't true. Apparently, I do. Sam pointed out that I do. Okay, a lot.
Yeah, it's like it's worse for the factor of like when I'm having job interviews and stuff, I try and like mentally think about it. So like I probably sit there looking like an absolute fool with me like hella focused, and they're like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that I don't say dumb things."
True, same though. Okay, well, what are your strengths?
I'm a very big people person. Like in real life, I am a very big people pleaser. Well, I suppose it's more of a weakness now that I think about it, but I tend to sort of look after others more than I look after myself. It's always just been a big thing for me. Like, I always joke in a lot of the servers that I'm in that I'm like the mother figure because of the fact that I'm older, but it's more a case of I also very much care for others more than I care for myself. um so yeah. But as for my character, I haven't really thought too much about it, to be completely honest with you. Yeah.
Okay, well, you still want to move on to the next question?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, okay. What do you call your followers?
That's a good question. I don't really have like a name specifically set in stone. My streams and my emotes and everything are all very much sort of Sailor Moon themed / outer space themed. So I try and sort of stick with that a lot. So in my Discord specifically, I have
Oh, you have a
my
Discord?
yeah, I do. Everyone's sort of role in there is just Sailor Soldier, which is obviously reminiscent of Sailor Moon itself. And sort of try to have it all correlating, but I feel like it's probably gonna stick. I don't see it changing anytime soon. It suits like Sailor Moon has been like a big part of my life since primary school. But it's very far from my actual personality, which is the weird part because I'm very sort of straightforward and very much I'm not a very big girly girl, I suppose would be the best best words. Like I'm not I swear I do all of the things that a quote unquote woman shouldn't do, or a
Like?
girl. And so mentally it's like for myself it's weird knowing that I've sort of picked Sailor Moon of all things to be my theme when it doesn't match my like aesthetic, but at the same time it does because I am a like huge softie, but yeah. It's fine.
And funny enough, we actually have a quiz that's Sailor Moon themed.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I hope you get that. For on the wheel.
Neat.
Well, that's pretty much it for SMP questions. Let's move on to a word game.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so you know how it works?
Kind of, but feel free to refresh my memory just in case that I've forgotten.
Okay, so I'm gonna say a word, and then you'll say the first word that comes to mind.
Okay.
Okay, collar,
Dog.
rock,
Paper.
Operation.
Hospital?
Spaghetti.
Meatballs.
Cat ears.
Pointy.
Last one. Let's go with hat.
Head.
Cool. Alright, let's go into regular questions. Okay, first off, what's your favorite Pokemon type?
Ooh. If I was to categorize it, so starter Pokemon, I always went with fire types. But given that my actual favorite Pokemon is Umbreon, I have to say dark type overall.
Okay. We already went over your astrology. What's your favorite video game console?
Ooh. The PlayStation range. I was originally an Xbox person, but I very much changed from that a solid 7 years ago, and I've just stuck with PlayStation ever since.
Okay. What's your... Well, you already said that Sailor Moon was your favorite anime, so let's go to a game you really want to buy.
Ooh. Damn, that's a good question. Let me pull up my Steam and check my wish list.
That's what everyone does.
Yeah. Like there are a couple of games that I used to play as a young teen / child that have not necessarily been remade as such, but they've sort of they're the similar game in the aspect of concept, but they're not made by the same people. So there's two games, Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster, which sort of Planet Zoo specifically reminds me of like the Zoo Tycoon series that I played a lot as a kid. Which, funnily enough, I do still have my original copy of Zoo Tycoon as well. But I always enjoyed that game, so that's probably one of my biggest things at the moment that's on my wish list, but I haven't bought it because it's $65 and I can't justify spending that just yet.
Ain't true. Do you believe in reincarnation?
I'm not a very big religious person, if I'm completely honest with you. The primary school that I went to was a Catholic primary school,
Oh, okay.
and sort of since sort of getting out of it, I've never stuck with it. I just was never a fan.
And to me,
I mean,
if you force a religion on a child, they're not gonna stick with it.
yeah, like I kind of, in the back of my head, I do hope that it's real. Like whether it's being reincarnated as an animal or being brought back as a human, like the thought of it sounds good. Do I know if it's real or not? I don't know. I was more of the kind of person that believed in sort of an afterlife more than sort of anything else. Like I believe in heaven. Well, yeah, guess you could say that. Believe in heaven. Just because of the relationship I had with my grandfather before he passed away, I had always sort of had dreams of sort of seeing him again in the afterlife kind of thing. And being that I am a very big, not skeptic when it comes to ghosts, but I'm a very big believer of, spirits and that sort of stuff. Because of something that had happened to a family member of mine. My auntie had a child that had unfortunately passed away when it was very young, and had always sort of stuck around their house, like her spirit specifically. And she lived in their theatre room for like the longest time. And there was one doll in specific that she had hated as a kid. It was like a little clown doll, which most people don't like clowns. Like, it's understandable. And so when we were stood in the theater room near the doll, my whole left side of my body just went completely cold. Like, I could still move everything, like I wasn't dying, but like my whole left side of my body went cold and my leg had started shaking as if like her spirit was like trying to tell me that it was scared. It was a very interesting experience that I will never forget. But the one thing that's more so made me believe in ghosts was the shit that I fucking had to deal with as a kid, in my mum's original house before we'd moved. And the fucked up part is that I wasn't the only one to see this either.
Okay.
In the bedroom that I had grown up in, and this is why I now sleep with my door closed, there used to be two figures that would stand either side of my doorway. One man with a top hat and a lady. They were very sort of like olden days era, like 50s and 60s kind of style. And, you know, I used to tell my mum about it, and she would just think that, you know, being a kid, it was just my imagination. Until my sister moved into that room, and she saw them as well. And the fucked up part is that, like, as a kid, they never said anything to me. They were there, they didn't bother me. Well, I mean, they did, because they stood in my fucking doorway. But they never bothered me. But apparently, and I don't want to talk about it on stream because it gets really bad, but yeah, some of the stuff that they used to say to my sister, from what she told us, was, yeah, it was horrible. Horrible spirits, but they were nice to me, so I can't complain.
Well, okay. Well, worst part, I don't really have anything to relate to that.
Right, not a lot of people do.
Well, let's move on to something more lighthearted, like Android or Apple phone.
Apple.
Why's that?
When I was in high school, everyone had iPhones. Not a lot of people I knew had Androids, so I wanted to, you know, be a quote-unquote cool kid. I wanted to be an Apple user. Yeah, so I had my first iPhone, well, I had an iPod Touch before I had an iPhone, which is another reason why I wanted to go with an iPhone, because I already knew the operating system and everything, so I knew it would be easier for me to use than trying to learn new software. So yeah, I got a iPhone 4 and have sort of been stuck with iPhones ever since. I only just recently upgraded from an iPhone 7, so I was definitely behind on the times for a bit. But I'm glad to have finally upgraded.
Oh, okay. Well, apparently Phoenix Bubbles missed out for the last 5 minutes. You want to give a quick recap?
Okay, my question is, what was the last thing that you remember me talking about, so that then I can try and summarize from where I was at? Because I spoke about a lot in 5 minutes.
Yeah. And while the ghosts. Okay, well, while they're typing that out, let's move. What, your most recent purchase?
I went to Costco the other day, which
How
is always a
much did you
bad
spend?
thing for me. Thankfully, I
much?
didn't spend a lot.
Okay.
I think it was only like
Did you buy the
$80,
gallon
and that's
layer?
including. No. If I had the fridge room for it, I probably would have.
You put
I like
mayo in the
mayo.
fridge? I just keep the mayo
Yeah.
out.
Oh.
I just put that in the pantry.
Never thought about it that way, but yeah. So I'm trying to remember the list of things that I bought. So I bought myself some new slippers.
Oh, when was that?
I bought myself a dressing. So this was at Costco. Like
Alright.
the whole list of things that I bought. Yeah, slippers, dressing gown. I bought a giant thing of pretzels because oh my god, these pretzels are so good. Drive me insane. I think that was all. Actually, now that I think about it.
Okay.
My boyfriend got some socks.
Some what?
Some socks.
Okay, I heard salt.
Oh no, socks. I think that was it. And we got a pizza as well because their pizzas are good.
What kind of pizza?
Barbecue chicken. We only get 3 options of pizzas here, so we have barbecue chicken with feta, just a basic
What's feta
cheesy
again?
pizza, barbecue chicken with feta cheese.
Okay. I didn't know. I forgot what feta cheese was.
It's okay. And then just a regular cheese pizza. And recently they changed it, so they used to have a supreme pizza, which would have like a lot of different toppings on it that I wouldn't eat, like olives and stuff. But they recently changed it to a Hawaiian pizza, which is interesting. So I realized
Do
that
you like
not a lot of
Hawaiian?
people know what I love Hawaiian. It's
Isn't
a
that the
guilty
one?
pleasure.
Isn't that the one with the ham and the pineapple?
Yeah, it is.
Isn't pineapple on pizza kind of controversial?
It very much is controversial. Like, a lot of people don't think that, and my boyfriend included in this, doesn't think that pineapple belongs on pizza, but that's purely because I think he can't eat pineapple. So because of the acidity in the juice with pineapple, it causes him to get sores on his mouth. So he physically cannot eat pineapple even if he wanted to. But I love pineapple.
I tried it a couple times. It's alright. If that's the only option, then yeah, I'll leave it.
That's fair.
Any fears?
I hate spiders.
Oh, okay. Yeah, same. Oh, kind of same.
Or just bugs in general. Honestly, I'm like afraid of a lot of things now that I'm like thinking about it. I hate needles. Well, it's not really a fear, but I can't swallow tablets because of shit that happened to me when I was younger.
Oh, did you accidentally choke on one?
No, so, and this is gonna sound fucking horrible. My dad had tried to force me to, like, I had a very mild headache. Like, it wasn't too bad. It was something I could live without having to take painkillers. But he tried to force me to take painkillers by holding my nose while my mouth was full of water, as well as the tablet in my mouth. So since then I haven't been able to take tablets again.
Yeah, that's pretty understandable. How would you describe yourself in 3 words?
Big teddy bear.
Okay, that's 1.
No, that's 3 words.
Listen, those 2 of the... Yeah, 2 of those are adjectives.
Oh, describing word. Okay, well, I don't know. I really can't even think.
Okay, well then let's have chat answer this for you. Okay, chat, what are 3 words to describe this girl? And while they're typing out, let's move on to the next question.
I'm sure Jen would have good answers for that question for me.
Yeah. Got any games on your phone?
Oh, do I? I got a lot. I don't really play them very often. But they're definitely there. Usually they're for sort of, I don't know, obviously this hasn't happened in a while, but it's usually for like plane rides. If I need some distractions, usually that's the main thing that I use them for. I don't play them very often.
Okay. Which are...
Oh god, alright. I've got Peggle, Fruit Ninja, Mahjong,
These are all really old people games.
Hey.
Listen, I remember the Fruit Ninja hype.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Peggle's always been like a big thing for me because I used to play it a lot when I went to my grandpa's house. That and Bejeweled.
Actually, during the sale out or the lunar sale, I was actually thinking about getting that since it was only like $1.
Yeah, a lot of the games that are on my phone are games that I played a lot on like my older phones, which is why that it's still on there. Like Tiny Tower I played a lot. Jetpack Joyride.
I remember that
Just
one.
a lot of, yeah. I even have Temple Run still on here.
Yeah, I used to play a bit of Temple Run. Well, Jen
Shows
in
my
chat
age.
says that you're cool, sweet, and funny.
That works for me.
Yeah, true. And that works for pretty much anyone. Alright, well, I asked everyone since like the last 3 interviews, I think. And it's about a SMP D&D campaign. What would you participate? What are your thoughts on it?
I have only played D&D once in my life. And I was very sad that it sort of abruptly ended. So I would definitely love to be a part of it.
Cool. Yeah, a favorite quote?
Honestly, not really. I think about it for someone. Yeah.
Okay, well, how big's your forehead?
I mean, I feel like it's not that big.
Do you know how to measure?
I don't really look at it.
Okay.
Hold on, I do have a measuring tape here somewhere. Hold on.
You don't use measuring tape. You use fingers here. Hold on.
Oh.
Apparently, because this needs image references. Let me load up MS Paint.
Okay.
You're looking at the stream, right? Or do you want me to screen
Yes.
share? Okay.
Oh, I'm looking at the stream.
Okay, so right here are your eyebrows. And right here is your hairline. You take your pinky, you put it here. Pinky.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And then you use your fingers, the other ones, to check how big your forehead is.
4 fingers.
Okay. So you have a natural forehead.
Hell yeah.
Okay, bring up thing again.
God,
What are your thoughts on blondes?
Nothing against them.
What about redheads?
Nah, nothing against them. Don't mind.
What are your hobbies?
Streaming. Photography. I recently signed up to volunteer for a radio station. I'm still waiting to start that. But those are my main things at the moment.
You mentioned photography. You mind sharing some so I can show the stream?
Give me 2 seconds and I will pull it up.
While you're doing that, you seen the Pokemon anime?
Not recently, but
well, when did you stop?
Oh god, a while ago.
What's the last generation you remember?
Honestly, I only remember the original generation best.
Okay.
I know that I've watched like bits and pieces of Black and White, but it was only like snippets. It wasn't like a solid chunk of the series or anything.
Okay, then I guess we can skip this question. What's your favorite dessert?
Anything chocolate.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your favorite chocolate thing then?
Probably brownies.
Cool. Any pets?
I did.
did. What
Um,
happened?
uh, to try and make it quick, I had a guinea pig. It was only, well, I say relatively recent. It was probably like October-ish last year.
Oh, so not that
Um,
recent.
yeah. She had a ovarian cyst.
Ooh,
So
okay.
essentially she got desexed at like 5 years old, which is about the average life of a guinea pig anyway. So she got desexed. The vet was kind of a bit anxious because her kidney was a bit bigger than normal while she was looking around in there, and she had said that yeah, like it should be fine, but just to sort of keep an eye on her and make sure that she recovers well, which she did. And then she quickly declined again, and I took her back, and she was like, "Yeah, it's her kidney," and I'm like, "Fuck." Um, so yeah, had to sadly put her down so that she wasn't in pain anymore. But yeah,
No, dang, lots of negativity stories.
yeah, I'm a very sad human.
Okay, well, let's make it even sadder. What body part would you lose if given the choice?
um, probably an arm or a leg.
Which ones?
I feel like I use my right too much, so it'd have to be my left.
Left what? Arm or leg?
I'll go with leg. I feel
Peg
like I
leg?
could live without a leg.
How much of your leg? The entire, all of it?
Either half or all. Preferably half, so then I could at least have like a cheaper prosthetic, because I know that like full leg prosthetics are expensive.
True, or you can just get a peg leg.
This is true. Just peg leg.
Yeah, and then you and Jen be matching. Plus, you can get like designer woods and stuff, personal engravings.
True. Get a nice mahogany leg.
Nice. Or get one made of marble.
True. Oh, that would be so expensive.
Rose gold.
Ooh. Hell
Okay,
yeah.
on next to the question, what's your favorite medieval weapon?
Oh god. Hold on. List of medieval weapons. Let's have a look.
Jen, shut up.
I like daggers. They're just small sword. When I played D&D, that was my weapon of pick as well. So
Okay. What's your drink of choice?
vanilla Coke.
Vanilla Coke. Okay. Superpower if you got to choose.
Ooh. This question always gets me because I never know how to answer it. Going back, I would have said like teleportation or flight, so that I could pretty much go to any place that I wanted to without sort of being restricted to flying via plane.
Yeah, but it's kind of basic.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've never really. God, this is why is this a harder question to answer than I expected it to be? Jesus Christ. Yeah. Oh my God.
Take your time. And while you're doing that, I'm just gonna take a bite of my spaghetti.
Well, now I'm really hungry. I don't know, I kind of like the thought of sort of like telekinesis, like being able to read people's minds and stuff. So if I had to pick, that's probably what I'd go for.
Okay. What are you currently playing on your channel?
So recently I've been mainly streaming Minecraft, but yesterday I started playing Stardew Valley.
Okay. What's something you hate for no reason?
Time zones.
Really?
Yeah.
Mainly because when
Like-
everybody's like midday for you, everybody's just going to sleep.
Yeah, pretty much. Like a lot of the streamers that I watch obviously stream like super early for me. So, you know, if I want to watch them, I have to watch the VODs and never get the sort of opportunity to actually watch them live. Like, I've been lucky the last 2 or 3 fills of streams I've actually been able to watch because I've sort of like woken up and been able to watch them. Because Filza usually starts his streams at 4:30 in the morning for me. And I ain't about that life of waking up that early to watch him play as much as I would love to. It's too early for me. I know that with Tommy, his streams used to be at like, you know, 7:30, 8 o'clock, so that wasn't too bad either. But yeah, still just sucks.
True. And I think that's pretty much it for regular questions. Would you like to move on to the spicies? Oh wait, one more.
Sure. Oh.
Game with most hours on.
I think one of my games on Steam have the most hours. Let me double check.
You know what to check?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do it more often than not because I like to brag about the amount of hours that I have in the game.
Oh,
303 hours.
okay. Well, yeah, your account's pretty way older than mine.
Very much so. I think I'm on 8 years. Let me check my profile.
No,
Yeah,
I only got,
8
like,
years of
5.
service. Member since 11th of July 2012.
I'll check now. How do you check?
If you just go to your profile, you should have a badge for it. My partner's got 13 years of service, so he's had his Steam since 2007.
I have mine.
I've been
since
using.
2016.
Yeah. I've been using Steam for a bit longer than that. Like I used to use my stepdad's Steam, but my brother ended up stealing that account before I could. So otherwise, I'd probably have a bit longer service on mine.
True. Oh, do you play Skullgirls?
No.
Okay, then you don't need to know. Okay, now we can finally move on to the spicy questions. Okay, first off, how tall are you?
I have to actually convert it. Hold on.
That's what I mean,
Because
which is fine.
actually no, I don't have to. I'm like 5'6".
Oh, okay, so like that's like 169 centimeters.
Something like that.
Well, I'm like 171.
Yeah, I'm very
what's your
short.
weight? What's your weight?
I don't know. I haven't weighed myself for a while.
Okay, well, then what's it say on your driver's license?
Doesn't have one.
Really?
Yeah, no, we don't put our weight on our driver's licenses here.
Yeah, because that changes. Like, how you expect me to maintain this weight?
Yeah. Hang on, let me see what I was when I last weighed myself, and then I'll convert it.
Okay, well, why are you doing that? What's your orientation?
Bisexual? Question mark? I think that's the right answer to that question.
Yeah, that's right. Anyone that you don't like on the SMP? You can say that you
Not.
haven't been on enough.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that I have, like...
Oh, so there is someone you don't like.
It's just mainly from, when we had the event the other day.
Okay.
Sometimes... Sadly for me, sometimes some people with too much energy can be quite draining, and I slowly sort of just, like... No, I love Jilly.
Okay, dang, I
Dead
just outed
ass love
myself.
Jilly.
I just outed myself.
No,
Nobody
it
clip
was
that.
Jen, clip it.
No,
No,
I swear if you clip it, nothing's gonna happen.
so Chloe.
Who?
She was a bit draining during the event. Chloe.
Chloe. Oh, Chloe.
154 pounds
Okay.
is the answer to the first question.
Is that good or bad for your height?
Going off
The
quote
BMI
unquote
scale?
BMI, I am
Sonny, how you
classed
doing?
as overweight. So,
Okay.
and I don't look it, which is the part that fucking pisses me off.
Okay, well, we already know you have a boyfriend, so we can skip relationship status. We can skip if you're crushing on anybody. Did he shower today?
Given that I've been awake for an hour and a half, I haven't had the chance to yet. No.
Okay. Well, did you at least brush your teeth? Man, that only takes like 2
Yes.
minutes.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. How many relationships have you had?
Oh Jesus fucking Christ.
You can give vague answers.
I'm gonna try and I want to say between like 10 and 20. Somewhere in
dang.
between that number, but I don't know specifically.
Okay. Before you had this relationship, would people be able to find you on Tinder?
Yes.
Oh, dang. Okay. Your thoughts on marriage?
Something I very much want.
Oh, okay.
But it's very awkward. My mum is very, quote unquote traditional. And given that I don't really speak to my dad either, she kind of expects my partner to ask her for my hand in marriage, and I'm kind of just like, you don't own me. Like, I'm a fucking adult. If I want to get married, I'll get married. Like,
No,
what the
it's
fuck?
just more like a blessing thing.
Yeah.
And if you want to be like a true romantic, then yeah, you're gonna ask.
Yeah.
Plus, you don't want anyone. You kind of don't want to force people like into a relationship they don't want.
Yeah.
What about children?
I never wanted kids. But
Wanted, so
somehow,
you changed your mind somehow.
yeah. My partner somehow convinced me that.
Oh, convinced. So like, you're still not 100%.
No, I'm definitely like 100%. It's something that I want. But it's just a matter of waiting for the right time, like most things.
Okay. Well, you still got years ahead before you actually need to make a decision.
This is true.
Describe your perfect partner.
God, I never know how to answer this because like because the thing is, I have to try and I don't know what my boyfriend is, so I'm trying to like be careful answering this question. No, like I don't really like muscularly men. Like I've never like not a fan. Like realistically the way that my partner is the perfect partner.
Oh, okay.
You spend so long with someone, you kind of just any other expectations that you had previously is just all gone away, and so yeah.
Yeah, I get that. Do you have any horny side accounts?
No.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much it for the questions. Let's move on to the personality quiz.
Okay.
Alright. Gotta share my screen with you. I also gotta share screen with stream. Or are you fine with just on stream?
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
share
fine.
it.
That's fine.
I'm sharing it. You linked your Tumblr to me, so I gotta do that too. Well, let's just look at your photographies. Okay. That was nice. Honestly, I've never been on Tumblr, so I don't know how to how to
Okay,
do
usually
this.
if you click like beside the photo, it should go back. Like if you click on the
Okay.
black parts.
No, now there's 2 dogs. What kind of dogs are these? I know this one's like a wiener dog. But which one's this one?
Yeah, so the fluffy dog, she is a Maltese Shih Tzu.
Oh, okay. I used to have one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's an arrow right here.
Oh no, maybe I have to click back. I don't know. It's been a hot minute since I've actually used Tumblr myself as well, so.
Okay, that's more dogs, more dogs. Let's check this post office. That's interesting.
Yeah, so these photos were taken at a place called Sovereign Hill in Ballarat in Victoria. It's very like old style buildings and stuff, so it's based on sort of like the gold rush era that we had in Australia.
Yeah, the gold rush.
Yeah.
Dang, I thought only California had that.
Look it up. So the Australian gold rush started in 1851. And ended in 1914.
Okay.
And it mainly happened. So it started in Bathurst in New South Wales, and had then eventually made its way to Ballarat, which is where they set up this mining town. That all of the buildings are pretty much the original buildings as well. From that era, obviously they've done their best to upkeep them and make sure that they're not, falling apart. Let me see if I can look it up.
These are very bright.
They were very bright. This was during the Christmas in July. So Sovereign Hill, which is where this is what we call an open-air museum. It essentially depicts the first 10 years after the discovery of gold. So it was Sovereign Hill itself officially opened in 1970 as like an open-air museum. But Sovereign Hill itself was built in 1861. Because it was within the first 10 years of discovering gold. So
what's this over here? This little Chinese.
So that is fake snow that they were shooting out. Because of it being like Christmas in July, we don't get snow here. It's too hot for that. But they wanted to obviously try and give us something.
Why is it called New York Bakery?
That's a good question. I honestly would not be able to answer that question because I have no idea. I don't know why.
Okay.
Because I think at that point in time, it may, and this is sort of me just taking a stab in the dark. It could have just been because that was the year that America had started to come over after the Brits had sort of colonized Australia. So it might have been something that they built at that point in time.
I was under the impression that they colonized it because they need more prisoner areas. Something like that.
Yeah, so that's what it was initially. But then it had become more civilized after a couple of years. To be honest with you, despite the fact that I am nearly 25 years old, I know nothing about Australian history at all.
Yeah, I just thought of a question for that. For my interviews. Well, might as well just ask it now. Do you know anyone famous? Like, have you personally met anyone?
Technically, yes. So I gotta remember what his name is again. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. I'd ask my partner because he would remember, but I don't remember off the top of my head because he changed teams recently. There's an NBA star that I know, who I actually went to high school with.
Really?
But I don't remember. Yeah, hang on. Australian NBA players. Dante Exum. He plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I went to the same high school as him. I wasn't necessarily friends with him, but like we did talk. So yeah, that's the only. Go away, Siri. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, that's the only like quote unquote famous person that I know.
Okay. Oh, there's more. I just need to scroll down. That's a lot of photos. Yeah. I like this one.
Yeah.
Band you went to?
Yes. One of my favorite bands. They had a break for the last like 5 years and they're supposed to be touring again this year, but with COVID still being COVID, they're not sure if they're going to be able to still or not.
Okay. What's this?
That is in one of the old jails in Victoria. It's one of the old jail cells.
You know how old?
Oh, let me look it up. Geelong Goal. Prison was built in stages from 1849 to 1864.
It's pretty long.
It was based on a prison in England as well.
Okay.
It officially ceased operations in 1991, and now it's a museum, which is why I have photos from in there.
Okay, well, if you want to see these pictures again or explore more of these, like finer details, here's the link in chat. And let's move on to the personality quiz. You ready?
I was ready as I'll ever be.
Yeah, let's spin it. Let's see what personality quiz you got to do. Oops. I'll just spin again. Ooh. Okay. Okay, bird. Let me get the link for that. Why is Google keep doing it over there? Okay, quizzes. It said bird. Where's the bird one? There we go. There you go. What bird are you most like? I think I got snowy owl for this one. Ooh. 15 questions. Let's start. How curious are you? Rarely, somewhat, pretty, very.
Uh, very.
Very, okay. How social are you? Not really. Some. Pretty. Very.
Some.
Some. This one. Adventurous? Not really. Somewhat. Pretty. Very.
Somewhat. Oh, actually, no, pretty.
Pretty, okay. How talkative? Not. Somewhat. Pretty. Very.
Very.
Very. Yeah. These with the stories.
I could ramble on about stuff without realizing that I'm doing it for like 2 hours, and then I'll be like, oh, sorry, my bad.
We were shooting for over an hour, and we got pretty much over an hour now. Okay. How good are you coming up with solutions to problems? Not very much. You're pretty okay. You're pretty good, or you're great.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. What do you do when threatened by a bully in your neighborhood? Run and hide, warn the friends, confront the bully directly, do something threatening.
So
Or you're the one doing the threatening.
Probably I want to say either I'm tied between warn the friends, get help, and confront the bully, like the two separate.
And warn the friends is completely says warn friends, get help, stand up with the bully together.
Yeah, I'll go with that one. I'm kind of the person where I'd like to like confront people by myself, but I'm also a scaredy cat. So,
Alright, well, how would you fight the Ender Dragon? Solo or get help?
oof. Well, the only times that I've ever done it has been with other people. So,
Yeah, okay, let's
this
go
is that
warn
question.
friends. Okay, how much do you pay attention to detail? Not very much. Somewhat. Pretty. Very.
Very.
Very. Okay. When you start a project, do you tend to stick to it until you finish it? Just can't seem to finish it. Finish it in some time. Oh wait. I finish what I start some of the time. Finish most of the time, and always finish or almost.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. How do you rate your physical endurance? Low, medium, high, very high?
Low.
Okay.
I have asthma, so.
Like most of our members from SP. Or some of them. I don't remember how many. I think it was like 5, maybe 4. Shut up, Jen.
That's my gang.
Why do you keep saying these? I'll at least leave this is all just in good fun. Okay, well, how would you rate your energy level? Low, high, very high, medium?
High.
High, okay. Are you a versatile eater? Super picky? Somewhat, quite few of your favorite foods you stick to? Most foods you're willing to try? Food? Inhale.
Quite a few favorites.
Quite a few. So you stick to your favorites, but sometimes try something new.
Yeah.
Okay. How creative are you? Low, medium, high, very high?
High.
Okay, 2 more. How would you spend time with your family? Or how much time do you spend with your family? Not much, moderate, a lot, every chance you get.
Well, at the moment, like none, because I live in a different state to them.
Really? Oh, states.
Yeah.
I thought for some reason I was thinking islands or countries.
I want to, like, if I think about when I did live there, it was still not much time at all, so I might as well just stick with that.
Okay. Well, how bold are you? Seldom, pretty shy, somewhat, pretty, very.
Pretty bold.
Pretty bold, okay. Last one, how patient are you? Very little or no patience at all? Can be patient, but not often. Patient most of the time, or all the time, or almost all the time.
At times, but not often.
At times, but not often. You are a raven.
Hell yeah.
Extremely intelligent, social, you love practical practical jokes and figuring out tricky situations, devoted to family and friends, playful or aerobatic, and hearty. Even those who don't like you can't help but respect many talents. Let's tweet this. Okay. Anything you want to shout out? Oh wait, we still gotta do another test.
Oh.
What Pokemon type are you?
Ugh.
Okay, so you get a postcard. You're sharing something with friends. What are you sharing? Contest? You went to a museum, new trail, made a new friend, took a spa day.
I want a contest.
A contest. What do you value most? Adventure, relaxation, knowledge, friends and family, competition.
Adventure.
Adventure, okay. Where would you like to go for a dream vacation? Historical site, hot spring, theme park, oceanside, botanical garden.
Theme park.
Theme park. Have you been to the Minecraft Disney yet?
Yes, I have.
Did you know that they had a new attraction?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a train that goes all the way around the park, apparently.
Ooh.
Or at least that's what our lead Disney spokesperson said.
Damn.
How would your friends describe you? Friendly, passionate, resourceful, adventurous, or cool?
Well, going off what Jen said earlier, I will go with cool.
Okay. Favorite snack? Sour gummies, chips and salsa, blueberries, smoothies, chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Okay, last one. One thing you can't leave the house without: glasses, smile, backpack, headphones, sneakers.
Headphones. I can live without shoes.
You're electric type. Okay, well that's pretty much it for this interview. Anything you want to shout out while anyone in chat does their final questions?
Honestly, not that I can think of.
Like you don't have a Twitter, Instagram, your Twitch, Discord.
I mean everything, like all of my social. No, words don't work. All of my socials are the same username. The only thing that is different is my PlayStation username.
Oh, okay.
But that's only because of my stupid mess up. But other than that, yeah, my username is pretty much the same on all socials. So, yeah.
Okay. You want to shout out your Discord?
Sure.
You don't have to. You don't
just. Oh, it's okay. I mean, it's not super established at the moment. But it's definitely there. I said in my Discord the other day about my streaming and stuff. I'm thinking of sort of trying to go more later in the week, like with streams and stuff. Because usually my go-to days were Tuesdays. But I'm trying to look into sort of streaming a bit more.
Okay. Twitch squad. Okay. Okay. What days do you stream again? Or are you trying for
at the moment, just Tuesdays. Yeah.
Around what time?
Usually it's like 6:30 for me. I'm bad at time conversions, so I do have a panel on my Twitch channel though that shows what time it is
Okay.
in my about section, so
Okay, well that's pretty much it. We did shout outs. We said what times you stream. Well, currently we only need 2 more followers to write until we start writing the song. Next, who do we have next on for interviews? Next up, we have Sunny, one of the newer ones. Okay. We only got 2 viewers, so we don't need to rate anyone. Okay, that's pretty much it. Later. Oh, we have 3? Oh, for me it says 2. Okay, let's rate someone. We can do, what was it? How do you pronounce that again? Kowlobai or something like that? Ah, sure, Jen, you can. Oh yeah, I have a Twitter. I got a Discord. Maybe come into that.
The good thing is, I think I'm actually already in Discord as well.
Really? Are you?
I know in a minute. No, apparently not. Alright, I am now.
Cool. Gotta give you the since you're a streamer, you get to be part of the river crabs.
Hell yeah.
And you wanna know why it's called the river crabs? Because they stream.
I like that.
Yeah, I try going from funds. Okay, well now we can raid somebody. See you later. Please tune in tomorrow. Okay.